Hey y'all, it's your boy Mike. So I'm just leaving the gym, and this is something that I've been thinking about. I'm actually, it happens to me a lot, and it's about paying attention to the recovery. Um, and listen to what your body is saying, because your body will tell you when it's time to take a break. Oftentimes you'll hear like, oh, after a certain amount of time you should take a break. But what if you feel good? No, when that time hits, or what if that time hits and you're like, before then you're like, I'm completely exhausted. What do? Should you just keep pushing? No. Listen to your body, because if you keep pushing past exhaustion, you can hurt yourself. We don't want to be hurt. There's a difference between soreness and pain. Pay attention to that. That'll probably be another. I'll put that in this video. um but again, this is about optimal recovery. Now, certain things you should pay attention to know if it's time to take a break is whenever you're working out, whenever you're exercising, how long does it take you to recover between sets? Your strength, is your strength going down? Is it going up? Is it neutral? Do you just feel mentally exhausted? Does it feel harder to do the same things? If you're noticing things like that, like it's just harder to get back. If you're mentally, you're just like, man, I'm just not feeling it today. Maybe time to take a rest break, and that is okay. It is okay to take a rest. Now we're all saying, oh yeah, go beast mode and go hard and do this and do that, but you also have to be smart whenever you're working out. We're all about optimizing what we're doing. We want to work hard, but we want to work smart so we don't get injured. Because if you get injured, then you can't work as hard. You know what I mean? So things that can influence your overall recovery. Your nutrition. What is your nutrition like? Are you eating enough? Particularly protein. Are you eating enough protein? Rest. Are you sleeping enough? Are you relaxing enough? What is your stress level like? Are you a person who's like always high stress and high strung? What does your water intake look like? And when I say water intake, I'm meaning particularly water. Now, if you want to drink juice, depending on what kind of juice it is, that can add. But I'm not talking about coffee, or I'm not talking about green tea, or sometimes black tea, but particularly green tea, because caffeine can actually dehydrate you. So pay attention to that. So let's say if you're like, hey, I'm usually drinking. Some people don't drink water at all. So let's say if you're drinking 20 ounces of water, but you're drinking 3 cups of coffee, you counteracted the water. So drink more water. Now, how much water should you drink? You may hear, oh, drink 8 ounce glasses of water. Or you may hear, drink 10 ounce glasses of water. That may work for some people. However, listen to what your body is saying. Again, I'm all about paying attention and being in tune with what your body is saying. Again, this may be a little graphic for some people, so just deal with me. But whenever you go to the bathroom, pay attention. What does the color look like? No, come on, number one. What does the color look like? Is it dark? Is it clear? Is it see-through? Things like that. What does the color look like? Because things like that are indicators of if you're hydrated enough or not. Pay attention to your skin. Does your skin feel dry? Does it feel just sometimes your body will talk to you. Does your skin feel dry? What is your hair texture like? What is that like? Your lips. Do your lips always feel dry? If you're seeing things like that, then you may not be hydrated enough. So I want you to pay attention to that. Now you may say, how much water should I drink? Again, good question. Another number that you will hear, which I kind of recommend for a lot of people, is whatever your body weight is, drink half of that many ounces in water. So let's say if you're a 200-pound person, aim for 100 ounces of water. That may be too much for some people. People are like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of water. But some people, they may like, oh, I drink that easily. Then good. If you're drinking that recommendation and you're still feeling dehydrated, drink a little bit more, or pay attention to like your vitamins, your minerals, things of that nature, because things like that can also affect your overall hydration. That's a story for another day when we're talking about like supplementation and things of that nature. But pay attention to that. So let's say if you usually drink, let's say 20 ounces of water, because a lot of people don't drink water at all, which to me is kind of surprising, because I down a gallon a day. But some people don't drink enough water. Let's say if someone drinks 20 ounces and they're like, how should I get, again, same 100-pound person, 200-pound person, like I drink 20 ounces of water a day. How am I gonna get to 100 ounces? I'm not gonna. Some people may say, oh yeah, just jump straight to 100. That's insane for a lot of people. If you can do it, by all means. However, that is a lot, and sometimes that may not be sustainable. What I would prefer you to do is increase a little bit. So again, let's say you're usually drinking 20 ounces of water, aim for 30 ounces of water. 25 ounces, 30 ounces. As that gets easier, let's say if you're doing that for a week consistently, add another 10 ounces. We're all about, slow progress that you know that you can maintain. Some people like very big jumps, some people like smaller jumps. Whatever you feel like is maintainable for you, aim for that. So again, if it's 10 ounces at a time, it's 10 ounces at a time. If it's 20 ounce jumps, it's 20 ounce jumps. Whatever you feel like is optimal for you. Now, let's say if you're like, okay, my body is telling me I need to take a break. Should I just stop working out? What should I do? I usually say don't stop working out. Find alternate things to do. So again, pay attention to, like, while you're in your recovery, pay attention to your water, pay attention to your nutrition, pay attention to your stress, pay attention to your sleep. And you may need to do what people call a deload week, which is you're doing some of the same exercises. However, you're reducing the weight, the volume, the sets, the reps. You're reducing that by a good margin. Or why I personally tend to do this is just what I do is I'll take a week where I'm just doing cardio. I'm just doing some mobility drills. So I'm kind of like letting my body relax, but I'm still kind of pushing it in a different way. Because again, your heart is your most important muscle. It's great to have big biceps, but if your heart goes out, it doesn't matter. So pay attention to your cardio. Also, pay attention to your mobility or flexibility, because we don't pay attention to our flexibility or mobility as we're getting older. Particularly guys, we hardly stretch unless we're like in gym class and we're told to stretch. And also, people who work at desks, they tend to be in this like hunched over position that you tend to see like older people in. So particularly if you work at a desk, make sure you're getting your stretching in. You also see this with a lot of younger people, unfortunately, because of the technology. Granted, I'm on technology right now, but you'll see that hunched over position because everyone's on their cell phones in that hunched over position. So people's chests tend to be tight, their shoulders tend to be hunched over, their back is in that overstretched position. So sometimes you may need to focus on your stretching. You may need to focus on your cardio while you're doing your rest week. And that's okay. And sometimes you may need a week, sometimes you just need a couple of days. Listen to your body. If your body's saying I'm feeling good, then try it out. So let's say if you're doing your deload week and you dropped your weights, and your body's like, let's say if it's day 4 of your deload week, your body's like, I'm feeling good. Day 5, do your exercises again, but you may want to increase the weights, increase the reps, the sets just a little bit, just to kind of test your body. And if your body's still saying I'm good, then you've done a pretty good job at recovering. If your body's like, I don't know, then continue your deload until your body says I'm good to go. Because again, we don't want to risk injury. Again, soreness is one thing, pain is another. We can kind of mess with soreness a little bit, but if it's pain, stop. We don't mess with pain. Soreness, again, depend on how advanced you are. If you're a newer person, I say don't really mess with soreness because that can be an indicator. But pain, we definitely don't mess with. So we don't want to go to that route of feeling pain. So again, recovery is so important. If you're noticing that your numbers are going down in the gym, your reps, your sets, the weights are going down, if you're noticing that it's taking longer to recover during each rep, each set, if you're noticing that mentally you're just not there, it may be time to take a break. And again, whenever you're taking a break, pay attention. You want to pay attention to these things in general, but pay attention to your nutrition. Are you getting enough calories? Are you getting enough calories generally? Are you getting enough protein? Are you getting enough water? What's your stress like? What is your actual rest, recovery, your sleep like? What was I saying? Sorry. So pay attention to those things. And then if you need to take some time just to recover, you may want to try a deload week. You may want to try to switch out your exercises a little bit, because sometimes we can overwork our different exercises, different muscles. We can overwork. It happens. So again, you may want to do a deload week. You may want to do a week where you're just focusing on your overall mobility, whether it's stretching, whether it's mobility drills, whether it's foam rolling, whether it's a reduced cardio. So again, we always say like that zone 2 cardio where you feel a little breathy, where you're talking like this whenever you're actually doing your cardio. You may need to reduce it to where it's like just a leisurely casual walk, like level of exertion, while you're actually working on your recovery. So pay attention to those things. Pay attention to what your body is saying. Those would be the big things I would say. If there's anything else that you can think of in regards to optimal recovery, again, drop it down in the comments. If there's any questions you have about recovery to know if you're recovering properly, again, drop those things down in the comments. I'd love to chat with you guys. If there's anything else that you can think of that I didn't mention about recovery, about deload weeks, about cardio, about when to know when to take a break, again, drop those things down in the comments. I'd love to chat with you guys. Or it's just a general question about when I realize what is best for me to recover, because again, everyone likes to look at things a little bit differently. Again, I used to take a whole week where I just did cardio, some light cardio, and some stretching mobility drills, because I was also working on my flexibility, on my mobility again. So I was like, hey, if I can just focus on these couple things while I'm letting my muscles recover, that worked for me. But I decided to do a couple deload. I've done some deload weeks, which felt good, but for me, it was a little bit too tempting to push hard, because I'm always like, go, 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 go. So deload weeks were a little bit too tempting for me. So for me, having a cardio recovery week, having a mobility and flexibility drill recovery week worked better for me, my mentality, and to not tempt myself to push that extra level. But like I said, just leaving the gym, decided to just chit chat with you guys a little bit. I'm gonna go home, work on my recovery. I'm gonna go home, get some food in me, get some more water. I'm probably at I'm almost done with my 5th bottle, which is like a 22-ounce bottle. So, almost 100 ounces down. I'll probably do another bottle for the night, just to get some extra water. Focus on, make sure you're taking your multivitamins. Again, that's another topic for another day. If you're noticing that you're not getting enough multivitamins, if you're not eating enough fruits, vegetables, variety of food, make sure you're getting your multivitamins in. But again, talk to your physician before you take any supplementation at all. Again, that's a video for another day. But like I said, just wanted to chop it up with you guys a little bit. Again, if there's any questions, comments, concerns, drop some things down in the comments. And yeah, I'll chat with y'all later. All right, later. Bye.